I'm going to be exploring 3 different price scenarios that I have on my mind in an event where maybe, let's say, there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season when it comes to Pyth. Even though nothing I say is financial advice, the first price scenario that I want to take a look at for Pyth is maybe the idea, arguably, of $1.50. A 10x from here, and market cap at that point would be around 8.6 billion. Now, why wouldn't this surprise me? It's because I do like the fundamentals of Pyth, and I think it plays a very unique role. Let me explain why. The Pyth network is a blockchain oracle for market data. Now, some people may be thinking, okay, who cares about this? Well, we have to take a look at a project that is heavily focused on oracles and have, arguably achieved a lot of, recognition. Take a look at something like Chainlink. It's very widely known for its decentralized oracle network. And when I take a look at, again, having an aspect of an oracle, why is this, I think, so amazing, right? Arguably, it's because an oracle is basically a data feed that brings data from off the chain and then brings that data over into the blockchain. Now, when it comes to this, why is this even important, right? It's because many decentralized applications out there, without this off-chain data, they can't really function properly. So, of course, there is a unique, I think, role there when it comes to these type of projects that are heavily focused on oracles. And even according to Solana, the Pyth network is a high-frequency oracle built using Solana ecosystem technology. And again, if we just take a look at Solana solely as a layer 1 blockchain, I do like that because, again, Solana arguably very low gas fees, it's arguably very scalable, and I just like Solana overall. So I do like seeing that when it comes to Pyth as well. And also, I think something that isn't really talked about when it comes to Pyth is its somewhat emphasis when it comes to DeFi, or should I say decentralized finance. And again, people usually think about an oracle when they think about Pyth, but then I kind of find this as a pretty unique thing that Pyth is somewhat focused on as well, I would say, arguably, because the decentralized finance market, even though I think it's pretty competitive, even still, despite that, the market is expected to be worth over $200 billion by 2030, according to Grandview Research. So I think, it's not such a bad thing to be focused on that, arguably. And maybe the idea of $1.50 wouldn't surprise me if it, let's say, were to happen in a hypothetical scenario where we do see a fully fledged type of altcoin season during this cycle. Now, the second scenario that I want to take a look at is $1.75. Around an 11.6x from here, and market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be approximately 10 billion. This is not something that surprises me if it were to happen because, we've seen Dogecoin pretty much 8x that, right? 8 times that market cap pretty much back in 2021. And again, I'm not saying this is going to be more popular than that, but that was years ago, and we have to take a look at the substance of Pyth, right? This is just the way you take a look at it. So if Dogecoin was able to do that back then, what could it do maybe during this cycle if there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season, and maybe achieving a glimpse of what it did years ago, right? Again, it doesn't seem something too ridiculous to me, but this is just my perspective. However, the third and final price scenario I want to take a look at is maybe the idea of $2. Market cap at that point would be around 11.5 billion, around a 13x from here. And some people like to say, okay, who cares about a 13x? The way you take a look at it is this. If, let's say, Bitcoin, even despite the pullback right now, went to 300 grand, that's still less than a 3x from here. And now this is all just a time will tell type of scenario, but maybe the idea of less than a 3x doesn't really excite me, arguably, let's say in the next 6 months. But then this is just my mindset. But even besides that, allegedly right now, there's over 600 million crypto owners, which is supposedly more than ever before in history. Not to mention, we take a look at how back in the peak of the 2021 bull run, around 300 million crypto owners, just with the increased amount of crypto owners, if let's say the altcoin season this time around, let's say even if we do see it look better than back in 2021, that wouldn't surprise me. So arguably Pyth at the price of $2 wouldn't, again, surprise me if it, let's say, maybe were to happen. I'm staying patient, dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting. That's it. I treat it like a marathon. It's not a sprint for me. And I treat it like a waiting game. I'm just preparing for a moment in time as opposed to finding the perfect moment, because I don't think I will find the perfect moment. So again, I'm just consistently, just doing what I've been doing, dollar cost averaging, holding, and just waiting. That's it. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.